Junkies!
And let's talk about Hawkeye. Hawkeye episode 5.
Yeah, spoiler alert for those who out there who didn't take the time to watch 45 minutes of the show today.
Earmuffs. If you haven't watched Hawkeye episode 5, you can mute and we'll do the hand signal and tell you to come back.
What's the hand signal, Hawk?
No, Hawk. Yeah, but no, Hawkeye episode 5. So, would it be too crass to start singing "It Was Kingpin All Along"? Would that just be biting off of Agatha Harkness too hard?
It would be biting, but if anybody who read that comic book story, they probably already knew it. And though we were all assuming maybe not because that would be too on the nose.
Yeah.
But they on the nosed it, and that's fine.
Yo, man. Go ahead, GQ.
I mean, again, it's, getting flashbacks of when I was a boy. Beat my father to death with a claw hammer. I was just like, as soon as you saw that photo, it was just like, yep, here we go. It's on.
Yep.
So now officially the Netflix universe exists partially.
And it's canon.
Well, not necessarily canon.
Feige said it was not, but it can still exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different universe. It
Okay,
can
that's fine. No, all of that is fine. Let's talk about the episode itself, and then I'll get to just extol my praise for
Absolutely.
Kevin Feige. This episode was great for a lot of reasons. First of all, the opening with Yelena was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, how she got dusted.
And came back. Yeah, dude.
From her perspective, first time we saw that.
That was cool. That's what I thought was pretty cool about it. She goes in the bathroom. She's in there for 5 seconds. She comes out. It's 5 years later.
And she's like, "What? The hell just happened?"
Well, she's lucky her friend still lived there.
Yeah,
right. Can you imagine? I almost kind of wanted it to be somebody else that she had to end up shooting somebody or be like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What do you do?"
She was close. She drew down on old boy with his kid, his kid there.
Yeah,
she didn't care. She was like, "Wait a minute now."
Yeah.
But no, that was cool. I really, really liked the as they call it, the girls' night with Kate and Yelena.
Yes.
I thought that was cool because it let Kate understand that, look, these are regular people in a sense,
right?
But this chick will not hesitate to kill if she needs to kill,
right?
And she's going easy on you because she knows you are in the middle of hero worship and you are way out of your depth. You're way out of your element. You are not a threat to her
at all.
But if you become an obstacle, dude, you're not ready for that.
Exactly.
So I like how she let her down easy. And it just ran down her entire life for her, like matter of fact. It wasn't even trying to think and remember stuff. Just like, nope, your entire life is a book. I know everything about you. And don't cross me. Yeah.
The undercurrent of menace that Yelena gave off in that entire conversation was just great. I mean, Florence Pugh did a masterful job when she did that.
Yelena Belova.
I love her. I've loved her since Black Widow. I love her even more now. Yeah. She was great.
I like her personality.
Yeah.
I like her. She's not like Black Widow.
She's not like Natasha.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. Yeah. Natasha. But we're going to call her because, whatever. But go ahead. She's different type of personality, even though, she's just as deadly.
As Supreme said, as a side note about that, I really like how Kate picked up on what Yelena was doing. Yeah, me too. She's like, are you saying my name because you know everything about me? She was like, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
And like Prim said, that was a cool thing about Kate too. It shows that, look, she at least understands some things.
Right.
She's obviously not trained for this. She's only been at it, like she even said, for a week. But she's still an highly intelligent character. So I like the fact that it's like, look, you're not hand-holding. Clint's not completely hand-holding in a sense, and she does pick up on things.
Right.
But she's still not ready, obviously.
Right. You can see that even last episode when Maya was really bearing down on her. Like, Kate was completely overmatched. I mean, only because, it was a scrum between Clint, Yelena, and Maya. Did Kate even kind of get those shots in on Maya that she got?
Yep.
So she was kind of lucky in that regard.
I like the interaction between Maya and Clint.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yes.
That was well done too. I
He
mean,
was taking people out like Batman.
You do. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like going from the car, like pulling them under the car, knocking them out.
He was going straight Batman.
Straight up, man.
Because some of that, I was like, wait a minute, how did you get over there that fast?
Right?
So it's like, wait a minute, you ain't that fast.
Right.
It's like, hold on.
Right.
So some of that was actually really, but again, it's like, going back to just what we were just talking about earlier. It's like, this shows you could do a Batman TV show
Yes.
really, really well.
Yes.
And it's just, they won't do it.
They won't. It boggles the mind. Now, mind you, I don't necessarily need more Batman, but if you're going to do Batman and you're going to do Batman better than the movies, a TV show would be the way, because he has such great serialized content. You'd have to put him on TV.
Yep.
But I digress. I'm not gonna.
Oh, goodness. Cassidy says, I have you guys on mute while I'm watching The Masked Singer. You should be watching Hawkeye then.
Right?
Exactly.
Exactly, man.
We'll tell him that when we unmute it, but
Yeah.
like that's
Like,
kind
dude,
of like.
why you gonna watch The Masked Singer instead of just I mean, dude, come on.
No,
maybe I
Cream,
should
you're
type
100%
that
right.
in
They
there.
will never be able to do a show like this.
Why?
But yeah, you're right.
They spend too much
Teen
time
angst
focusing on
and
teen angst and
romance.
romance.
That's
Yeah,
100% right.
No, he's right about that.
Shut up, Google Assist. We don't need you.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. that is absolutely true. Amarak, we haven't heard your thoughts on this episode yet. And you better not tell me that you didn't watch it.
I guess he's telling you he didn't. Yeah.
that I didn't watch it.
Wow.
I just told you, don't tell me that you didn't watch
What you
it.
been doing all
I
day?
know, but I don't.
Wait a minute. Stop.
Spoilers and things don't mean anything. To me. I'm going to watch it.
I hear
It's
you,
all
but
going to be the same.
you know, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm going to judge you.
I'll judge you. What you been doing
Right?
all
I'm
day?
not going exactly. I was like, I'm not going to judge you, but I'm going to judge you. This is your day off, is it not?
Yes.
And you was too busy to spend half an hour to watch Hawkeye. It's just half an hour.
40 minutes.
Well,
40 minutes.
the
Okay, I was
whole
being generous.
first chunk of my day was dedicated to going to get everything that my children needed because they have the coronavirus and are quarantined in their house.
Okay. All right. Now I can back up.
I
off.
got home in enough time.
Oh, you know what?
to
No,
eat,
not well.
play
Okay.
a game and do this.
Wait a minute. You play games instead of watching Hawkeye?
I had a little bit of time.
And didn't
in
watch
between
Hawkeye.
that.
Should've
And
watched
honestly,
Hawkeye.
I forgot.
Didn't watch
I
Hawkeye.
The
forgot.
game would have been there.
Right. The game would have been there. Hawkeye. We're talking about Hawkeye right now. Anyway. So what's up with Kate's mom, man?
A lot.
She's the bad guy. That's especially she's just the bad guy.
Now, okay.
Look at it. Go back to the first episode.
Okay.
When all that stuff was going on,
All right.
no look of concern in her face because she's the one that orchestrated that freaking auction. First off, she's the one
the
that
hit on
freaking
the auction,
orchestrated
yeah.
them breaking into it. She is the queen pin.
So that goes back to
Queen.
Queen Pin. So that she got juice. Yeah, Fallen Marvel was right. What's up, Conceptual Elixirs?
Hey.
You're right. This goes back to what Jack's father was saying about her all along. She's like, I don't like her. Like, there is something about her that she's getting on my nerves. Like, you need to call this whole thing off. Like, get away from her. She's not good. So on and so forth.
So you think Jack is actually innocent potentially?
Hell no, I don't think he's innocent. Not totally.
I don't know.
He just seems too aloof
No,
to
no,
be
no, no,
like
no.
nothing
That
going
could be an
on
act,
with
though.
him.
That could be a total
Here's
act.
the thing.
No,
Here's
go
the
ahead.
thing. I think Jack actually might be innocent because here's why. Okay. She played up the whole, little romance between them and everything. And
Yeah.
and then of course, he parried that one move in the fencing move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has skill that he's hiding, but he really, especially if you look back at his history now, he's really trying to make this family thing work.
Yes, he
And
is.
it's just like, yeah, he was there. He had the
Right.
butterscotch or whatever. But it's like a lot of this is circumstantial now because
It
it's
is.
like
It
it's
very
like
much is.
she could have killed or had my man killed, whatever,
Yes.
Armand, which is a much better name than Jack.
Yes.
But she could have had him killed. And then you notice she had been playing all this lovey-dovey with Jack, and then as soon as he gets arrested, it's just like, yeah.
Right. I mean, there was no emotion from her at all.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah,
Now,
that's crazy.
Jack being a fall guy is a total Kingpin move. Like, Kingpin totally would do that.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing with Bishop Security, that's a Kingpin front. And I was saying this to my coworker today. I was like, having Bishop Security as a Kingpin front accomplishes two things for the Kingpin. One, he can watch all his enemies. He can also watch all his friends. He can check up on anybody, anywhere, anytime, whenever he wants.
Absolutely. And not only that, he can create Sloan, whatever the Sloan was, Holdings or whatever
Yes,
it was,
he can.
and put Jack's name on the
Yes, he can.
on the line for CEO.
As a
my man was
complete
like,
passenger.
man, I've never worked a day in my life.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is sweet.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I like episodic stuff with this, because it's like you're getting these little things that you can speculate on week by week.
Yes.
If they would have just dumped it all, we would have been done with this in however long it takes to watch 6 episodes.
Right.
And would have been talking about the entire thing. I like having
would've been over
these
with.
little bits at a time because it's more, it just makes it more fun.
It does make it more fun. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. So, Preem also agrees that he thinks he's a scapegoat. Wolverine Solid X says her mom might be the villain. Iguana Man says Jack is going to end up training Kate.
He was
I
the
can
character
see
that trained Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's
originally.
true. You know what? That's a good callback.
Yeah.
That's a really good callback.
So.
Swordsman was the one that trained Clint in the circus all the way back in the original origin. If Kate is going to be the new Hawkeye, it would serve the reason that Jack or Jacques Duquesne, who is the swordsman, would end up training Kate in the finer craft of swordsmanship.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, maybe some of you know, because if you don't play the Marvel's Avengers game, you wouldn't know. Kate Bishop in the game uses a sword. So
Okay.
Quite a bit. She's actually
Quick
really
question
really cool
about the Avengers game. Is Spider-Man a downloadable character, or
Yes.
is this just he's got a mission that you do and that's
I heard he has no missions.
He has no actual story missions. He's literally a DLC character.
Okay.
Like you get him
Tertiary.
for free. He's not integral to the story or anything like that. He's just another character you can use.
Oh, okay, so it's not like an event where it's like if you miss
Right.
the event, Spider-Man is gone.
Spider-Man's gone. Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah,
All right, back to
Right.
Hawkeye.
Preem says Marvel loves playing switcheroo with origin stories that take someone from the comics and make them something different in the MCU. That is also true.
I mean, and they've been doing that actually even back with the Raimi films. They've changed around origins because you got to make it contemporary. You can't have a radioactive spider bite for like a high school trip. It's like why y'all high schoolers around radiation like that? So the genetically altered spider thing made more sense. So just
That was very
so the little
irresponsible.
changes they make,
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Now-
I have no problem with that.
I absolutely love how Hawkeye as a series has had a crescendo from the first episode up to this 5th one. Like, a lot of people accused Hawkeye, episode 1 of like, it was okay, it wasn't all that good. Episode 2 was slightly better. Episode 3 was slightly better than that. Episode 4 was really good. Episode 5 was phenomenally good. And now here we are at the end, episode 6, and it's about to hit. You've got a whole bunch of story threads that you kind of really got to wrap up here. I think it's gonna take
I think
us
they'll
time.
get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Now if they want to drop a hour and a half episode on this, I would not be upset.
I would hope
either.
they would do that.
Me either.
But do you think it's going to be this is a one and done season, or are you going to try to do a season 2?
Good question. If you get the feeling all throughout this, and those of you that have been watching Hawkeye, you guys chime in on your feelings on this. This didn't feel like a goodbye. This didn't feel like a trade-off or a switch, a handing of the baton. This was like Clint.
None of the shows are doing that though. They're all
No,
just
no. Falcon and Winter Soldier did very definitively. Mm-hmm. Even though Steve was not there, that was literally the transition between him being Falcon to now being Captain America.
Bucky was there to basically symbolically hand it over
Yes.
for
Falcon
Steve.
America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So technically, Falcon and Winter Soldier, or excuse me, Falcon and Captain. I mean,
Winter Soldier and Captain
America
America.
and Winter Soldier did that. Mm-hmm. It was the only one, but it did that.
Yeah.
We were thinking that Hawkeye was going to be that, but it doesn't seem to be the case, in my opinion. I think there could be more. And Dido, you brought this up earlier. You thought it could be what?
Well, I think that Clint might stay around, and if they're going to do a Young Avengers, because people are saying that's what they're gearing up for. You're seeing America Chavez. I don't know if she was in the Young Avengers in the comic books, but then you also got what's her name that plays Miss Marvel, and then they showed Isaiah Bradley's nephew, whatever.
Yep, Elijah. Yep.
And then it's just like they look like they're gearing towards that.
Oh, yeah.
Which it could be, and maybe he could be the mentor, because he was in the battles. He's level-headed. He knows the stuff.
He's definitely not the Nick Fury type. I don't see him being the Nick Fury type.
Yeah.
And it remains to be seen who would be the Nick Fury type for this next generation moving forward. But as a mentor, someone that could kind of like be there for them, or maybe basically just take the team under his wing, I think he can do that. Now, it remains to be seen who's going to fund this whole thing. But beyond that, I just want to take a few minutes before we move on to just once again sing the praises of one executive producer, Kevin Feige. This man orchestrated everything, timing-wise, leading up to this week.
It was Feige.
Look at what's happened, just this week alone, right? The weeks leading up to this Hawkeye, and as Hawkeye has been out, we've seen Vincent D'Onofrio, the little sneak tease that you saw at the end of the show, that he is going to be Kingpin, which also opens the door for Charlie Cox being in. And then you have Vincent D'Onofrio hop on Twitter saying, congratulations to Charlie Cox last week. This week, what does he do? He says, I want to, by the way, take the time to say, let's not forget about Miss Deborah Ann Wall, who did a great job as Karen Page in Daredevil. What does that tell you?
Yeah, might be coming back.
I mean, what does that tell you?
I also hear that when Daredevil does come back, he's going to be wearing that classic yellow.
That's what I heard too. So, I mean, so again, Feige doesn't do things or let things go without reason. Now you got Spider-Man, No Way Home coming out. And the whole thing with Kingpin being back in opens the floodgates back to not just Charlie Cox and Deborah Ann Wall, but John Bernthal as coming back as the Punisher. Finn Jones, you can go on somewhere. We don't care about your Iron Fist.
Bye, Finn.
But Mike Coulter, could he come back as Luke Cage?
If that one show he's doing is done.
Oh, come on, man. Even though Evil is a popular show on CBS and it is pretty good, he can do double duty.
Some people don't like to. I'm just being real. Some actors don't like to do it. The Rock is an extreme exception. Sam Jackson, extreme exception.
You know what? And Wolverine Solid X is right. No, I don't think they canceled Evil. I don't think they canceled it. But if they did, oh my God, did Feige pull some strings back in behind the scenes? It was like, hey man, cancel that show. I need that man.
Well, John wants a good Constantine movie. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
All they got to do is cast the guy that played him in the TV show.
Oh no,
but I know it's not gonna happen. He's not a
they're already doing another Constantine with a woman.
No, it got renewed. Evil.
Yeah.
By the way,
no, I think they're doing another Constantine project with a woman. That's why they pushed him out.
Here nor there. They should have just used it because he literally, I don't know the comic book character,
right?
But he seems perfect, and he also lent his voice to the animated ones.
He did
because he is Constantine.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
Yeah.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.